Welcome back to the Armchair Warriors podcast. We got episode 4 on deck, and it's a doozy.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one for sure.
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. A lot more than I thought we were going to have to talk about.
Yeah, for not being a crazy week around not too crazy anyways. Obviously, some stuff still happens. It's the NHL. It's been dramatic this year, but...
Yeah, of course it has. I mean, I didn't think we'd have a lot to talk about. The board was pretty bare for a while, and then we finally picked up some topics. But, yeah, we got another interview up this week. Charlie Ellick was just at the Top Prospects game, so it should be a good one. Speaking of Charlie Ellick, let's roll into the first topic, shall we?
Yeah, we'll just get right into it, I guess. Kind of our news around the week. On the weekends, my brother was in town with the Wheat Kings, and we went and watched them on their Alberta swing, playing Calgary, Edmonton, and Red Deer, and holy moly, were they just brutal.
Yeah, it was bad.
No, we rolled into Calgary. I was really excited for a weekend of hockey watching. Yeah. Go in, get my 2 beers. We go sit down. 4-0 at the end of the first, 8-0 at the end of the game. And then we just kind of had to manage from there. Went back to Red Deer that night and watched them lose again in Red Deer and then lose to an Edmonton team that is at the bottom of the standings. So tough one for the Wheaties, and they've got a real tough weekend where they played Red Deer, Saskatoon, and Swift Current this weekend. So best of luck to the Wheaties this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't help when you blow a 3-goal lead in Edmonton either.
No, not at
losing
all.
Overtime. Yeah, I mean, not much to say about it besides that it was a tough break, and maybe they rebounded home against 3 very good teams.
Yeah, just want to throw that out there as we also finally switched our jersey.
Got rid of
the Ray Allen jersey. And
thanks for coming out, Ray. It was fun, but we had to move on.
Yeah, we need another hockey jersey up, and I finally got my Hadland one back. So, yeah, but enough about the Wheaties and the WHL. One of your Kings got his first goal.
Hats off, Alex Turcotte. It's been a while. It's been a long time coming. 2019, 5th overall, to the Kings. Dealt with concussions, injuries, so on and so forth. So it's good to see him get a sniff in the Kings lineup and finally get that first one. I think he set up this first goal that the Kings scored. Unfortunately, hit a stick. They didn't credit him for assist. So not a 2-point night for...
Would have been nice. Would have been cool.
Well, actually, I think he did end up getting an assist at the end of the game. Not on the first one, but on a later one. I can't remember exactly.
Could have had a 3-point night.
He could have had a 3-point night. Could have been big. But it is nice to see some of the young guys slotting in for the Kings and producing. So it was good to see him finally get a sniff in the lineup and see him produce, because it's been a long time coming to see him get into the Kings lineup.
Yeah, and hopefully he rolls with it. Mm-hmm. And then... moving on, staying in the NHL, we got another stat that I saw the other day. Credit to the Daily Faceoff for posting this one. By hockey tournament logic that we all used when we were younger, that if this team beats this team and this team beats this team, we can beat this team. Mm-hmm. Everyone in the NHL has beat everyone. The circle's complete.
There has been a circle.
Every team has at least beat one team that's beat another team, and all the way around. And so in hockey tournament theory...
so everybody equally sucks as much.
Yep, everyone's brutal. But everyone has a chance every night.
Everybody's got a chance.
Everyone's got a chance.
A lot of discrepancy in the NHL.
Yeah. And then the biggest news in the NHL this kind of past week dropped. Was that yesterday, maybe?
Yeah. That was, we're recording
Wednesday?
This Thursday. So Wednesday night, Elias Lindholm was traded to the Vancouver Canucks. Pretty big haul.
Unreal. I think Calgary, Lindholm fills a lot of boxes for the Canucks. I know that provides a lot of leverage. Obviously good on the kill. He's gonna be. I think he'll be solid on that team, and I think he's gonna help them win a lot of games coming down the stretch. Hopefully, go deep in the playoff run. The Canucks could use a deep playoff run at this point in their franchise. Mm-hmm. But you want to talk a bit about the return?
I think I really like this for the Flames, which as a Kings fan, it sucks. But you get an NHL player, or an NHL-ready player out of Andrei Kuzmenko.
Yeah, and he's got half a point per game this year.
Yeah, there wasn't really a spot for him in that high-flying Vancouver offense. I think he was kind of pushed down the depth chart. So for him to get a new, fresh start in another city, I think that might help him a lot.
And then their OHL prospect.
Yeah, what's his name? Hunter Brustevich?
Yep. I'm glad you said it, because I was going to try, and then I totally forgot what the pronunciation was.
I mean, a B, an R, a Z, and a U all side by side. Are you kidding me? No, he is sick. He's 19 years old in the O.
Yeah.
He's third in OHL scoring as a defenseman.
Yeah, he's on pace for 98 points, which would be I think the highest OHL scoring season as a defenseman ever. So, and there have been some unreal defensemen come through the O. But yeah, just he seems like an unreal defenseman. Then they also picked up another D-man, and he also has been fairly solid. Like, he's a good defenseman. He's playing Liga, and that's the top Finnish league. So he's a good defenseman there, and pick up a first on top of that, like, that is a
first and
heck of a haul.
Yeah, so they get Kuzmenko, Hunter Brustevich, and Yoni Yermo, who, like you said, was playing in Liga. And then, first and a fourth for Lindholm. I really like this because if I were to be a Flames fan, I wouldn't want to watch them rebuild. I do like them retooling, though.
Yep. And I think, those guys will come in and they'll make big differences, too, here in the next 2-3 years. It's not as long as straight-up draft picks, but hopefully this trade works out for both teams, because if the Canucks could knock out the Oilers in the playoffs, I may just have the biggest party of my life.
I think I'd like the NHL's a better place when the Canucks are thriving. So
yeah, and when the Oilers are bad, I think it's a lot better place.
The best time to be an NHL fan is when you don't see the Oilers win. Shout out to all my Oilers fans. I hate you. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You guys are all right.
But he's really not. Anyways, moving on, because we got it in the background on right now, the NHL All-Star break and the All-Star weekend has arrived. We'll be dropping this during the skills competition probably, or right around the skills competition.
Should be at that time.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about that for a bit. And right now, awesome event for the PWHL.
Oh, so cool. I really like. There was a time, I'm not 100% sure which year, but they did have like the women's hockey come and play at the All-Star game.
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was like Canada versus the US or whatnot.
Yeah, I remember. I don't remember what year that was either, but I do remember that event. Like that. And then they also had, that was when they had the fastest skater and keeping right pace with McDavid, just showing off.
Yeah, just flying around.
Yeah, no, they're good players, and this game's just about to start for us, and it looks like it's going to be a fun game to watch and a fun event.
There are a lot of good hockey players on both sides. Very star-studded rosters.
Marie-Philippe Poulin, who is going to come up in our hot topic of the week later, but
that'll be a good one.
Yeah, her, Taylor Heisey, just a star-studded, studded PWHL lineup there, and then moving into the skills comp.
I'm excited to see it.
No, I think it'll be interesting to see if this changes anything.
Yeah, I think the new format, again, I don't know like the exact in and outs of the All-Star game, but after they've consulted McDavid on it, I think that'll be a cool thing to see.
Yeah, and we all know that, hopefully that if McDavid consulted on it, he's just going to go out and just either dominate or do the best that he can and push those guys like that are also in it to be a little bit better. And then the draft just happened too. We'll talk about that before we go into the game, so we can talk about the games. But what did you think about the draft and the lucky Cale Makar?
Oh, man. To be Cale Makar standing next to Tate McRae. What a world.
Lucky guy.
Before I credit the All-Star draft, what a nightmare it was. Oh my God. Like, it was obviously scripted.
Yep.
Nobody knew what they were doing.
Nope.
It was just a complete nightmare. The marketing, I didn't even know was happening tonight.
No, I had no idea until I started seeing posts about the first round picks, and it was too late at that point. I barely got on for the last couple selections.
Yeah, like I'm sitting in class, I get a notification. I'm like, oh, nice. All-Star draft is happening right now. Like, what's happening?
Really glad the NHL let us know on that one.
Yeah, so, but it's cool. It's always fun to see the draft come back. I remember watching it as a kid and seeing those guys, seeing their personalities. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see that at all this year because it was so scripted.
Yep, and Crosby just avoided the whole thing.
He didn't even show up. So Rockstar, not showing
Absolutely
up.
Rockstar.
He sends one of these Timbits kids up to collect his jersey. He's just like, no, I'm going to stay at the hotel and crush a few beers.
Oh, yeah, I got nothing better to do. Hanging out with, doesn't even tell Nathan McKinnon who picked him first overall.
No, I think that's awesome.
It was pretty cool. And then we'll go, so we want to talk about the rosters a little bit?
Yeah.
Not a ton, but
we'll touch on them.
Almost all the Vancouver guys ended up on the same team, except for the new Lindholm.
Wow. Shocker. Who would have thought?
Yeah, crazy. Crazy how that happens. Not scripted at all.
No.
But, they got led by Quinn Hughes. Picking up Kucherov as their first overall was a great pick. Realistically, I think these teams are pretty even the more you go through it.
Yep.
Helps that it's scripted. Makes it fairly easy to get a solid team. But Big fan of Matthews goalies, having Ottinger and Shesterkin.
It's hard to go wrong
Yep.
with either of them.
No weak spot, not like the guy stuck with Cam Talbot. Not to diss Cam Talbot, but
No, I will. I'll do it. I don't know why he's there.
hey, he's there, and he's on the Vancouver team.
Glad
so.
we sent our backup. That's cool.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Shout out Cam Talbot. I still love you, and I hope you do great things with the Kings because they need it.
Yeah. We'll see. But we'll get into it. Then the games, tourney, same style as normal.
Same old.
Nope, same old. Nothing crazy. Compete for a couple $1 million, hopefully, and not that it's a whole lot of incentive for all the guys making millions in endorsements on top of their $1 million contracts, but it sure helps. And I need Vincent Trocheck to get some goals this weekend because he's on my hut team, and he can upgrade if he gets some goals. So that could be big. I'll be watching to make sure that he gets those points. But we'll move a little bit now away from the All-Star break because it's just same old NHL. And into the NHL standings, kind of going into the break, halfway point of the season. I'm going to pull that up. But
where do you want to touch on first?
The Oilers. I mean, we might as well credit that they're at 16 games going into the 16-game streak, still alive going into the break.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, go Oilers.
Well done.
I'm cheering for them. If it hurts Dylan, I'll cheer for it because, man, I think that's even better.
No, I get it. I respect it too. Yeah, I mean, 16-game heater is pretty impressive no matter who you play. So
yeah, as much as we dissed their competition level, it was still an impressive feat. But let's just kind of run through who's still cooking, like the Bruins.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of sit there and you think back to last year, and they were like, "Oh, the Bruins aren't going to do anything." President's Cup, and they're pretty much on pace to do it again. Yep. I think they lead the league in points, if I'm not mistaken.
They're tied with the Canucks right now.
Oh yeah, the Canucks are winning.
Yeah, the only team with a better goal differential than the Boston Bruins is the Vancouver Canucks. Speaking of which, they're at plus 59 through 49 games.
Yeah, I mean, getting backstopped by Thatcher Demko plus a high-flying offense that they have, it's pretty hard to not have a goal differential like that. So
that's still ridiculous. Like,
no discredit.
Oh my,
that's awesome.
But yeah, good for them. They're tooling up. Got their guy early out of the trade deadline. Yeah. So, was there any teams you'd like to see target kind of specific needs coming up to the trade deadline, or?
I see a lot of Chychrun to the Kings again, and I don't get it. I just don't understand. It's like the decore's fine. They've kind of slumped, so I know I'm talking about the Kings again, but I keep. No, I was going to say
let's get your opinion on the Kings.
I keep seeing that, and I don't get it. I don't see how there's a world where they do trade for anything anything at the deadline, whether it be sell or buy. I don't think they move any pieces. They're expecting Arvidsson back after the break, so
that's a big piece coming back.
When I kind of look up and down the Pacific, obviously the Oilers just got Perry, so
they love their guys. Final. Yep.
I off the top of my head, I don't know who's really in need of anything.
Of what too? Yeah,
like what exactly everybody's looking for. So
I think. Yeah, Oilers are just going to be a wagon going into it. We can just kind of let's run through the Pacific where I think this is kind of how it shapes up. Other than maybe I think Vegas and the Oilers switch because I think the Oilers are just that warm that with 5 games in hand and only 5 points back, they're not going to go below a 500 save percentage from there on in. So I think it goes kind of Vancouver, Edmonton, Vegas.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. That seems like the top 3 in that division kind of stay the same throughout the rest of the season.
And even the Central, I think, is kind of taking shape too. And that being said, those 3 teams are kind of all over. They're just back and forth all the way through. Like they're only 2 points separating them. And
I couldn't tell you who's going to be 1, 2, 3 in that division, but those are the 3 teams that are going to come out of the Central for sure.
And then the Kings in the wild card, slipping a little bit. But hey, the last time they were in a losing skid and they won the game to stop it. Coming into the NHL All-Star break. They won a Stanley Cup. Just throwing that out there.
All right. Good for them. Real pat on the back, guys. Glad we snapped that.
May have to bet that this week as a future because I'm going to turn that into $1 million. And then kind of wide open in that second spot.
Yeah, the second spot. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if we see 2 new teams in that wild card spot.
You're just all over the Kings. Hey?
I'm not like as a Kings fan. I don't like I want to be very like what's the word I'm looking for? Positive.
Yeah.
I want to be a very positive Kings fan. I don't know why I couldn't think of the word positive, but I want
It's
to
all
be.
right. Long day at school.
Yeah, it was. I want to be a positive Kings fan, but it's hard to be positive when like you kind of look at the team and then like Todd McClellan being there, reverse swept by the Kings in 2014. It's hard to
And they think we're gonna hire this guy.
yeah, like let's hire this guy. But I don't know. I wouldn't be shocked. I think that wild card spot in the West is very up for grabs.
It's kind of wide open
Yeah.
between Seattle, Nashville, and St. Louis right now, and they're kind of all real tight in that
Hell,
race.
you
But
could see the Yotes creep in for all we know.
don't
Like,
ever mention the Yotes in the playoffs. There's no.
they get hot. You never know.
Do you know how disrespectful that would be to just have their rank be in
Yeah, that'd be tough.
ASU and they're hosting playoff games?
Yeah, I'd feel bad to see that.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Anyways, that's kind of what we're looking at in the playoff picture in the West. So we'll move out east and kind of go over that before we get into our hot topic, which I am extremely excited for this week.
So excited.
But talked about the Bees. They're just running that Atlantic division. Florida up there too. They're going to be a lock here in that kind of 1-2. And then not much. Do you think Toronto bounces back a little bit? They got a higher win percentage than Tampa Bay.
Toronto's Toronto at the end of the day. They're going to get into the playoffs.
And they're going to lose in the first round.
I won't even say they lose in the first round. This year, I'm not as convinced.
I think they lose. I think they got a taste of the second round, realize they cut into their golf time, and
Yeah.
they don't get paid for the playoffs. There's no point in them winning.
That's true. Maybe a couple incentives here and there, though.
Yeah. I don't think it's enough. I think they're getting bounced in the first round because if they get into that third Atlantic spot, they're playing for Florida, and if they stay in the first wild card, they're probably playing the New York Rangers,
who kind of stink right now.
Yeah.
Shesterkin, not good.
Nope.
Just saying. But anyways,
They're still the Rangers.
That's neither here nor there.
Still the Rangers.
Mhm.
They're top of the Metro.
Yep.
Carolina's right with them still. Can't believe that they're hanging on through thick and thin through all of their injuries that they've suffered and kind of what they're going through. But they're also Carolina, and they're coached by Rod Brindamore, and they'll find a way to win. And
they're going to find a way to be
quite possibly my favorite team in the playoffs right now, the Philadelphia Flyers. Can't believe that they're in a playoff spot.
I mean, Owen Tippett, dog.
Yeah. I don't know. I can't believe that they're there. I just have nothing to explain it. Their goal differential is -1.
Is it too early to make a Carter Hart joke? I shouldn't. That's rude.
Yep.
That's my bad. I found a line. I crossed it. Shout out Sam Harrison.
Yep.
Go you.
Good young goaltender.
Yeah.
Anyways, and then that leaves kind of Detroit holding that second wild card.
The wild card is wide open, dude.
Yeah, no, there's nothing.
Like if you look at the Metro, there is 1 point that separates 4 through 7.
Yeah. No, it's kind of crazy out in there, and I don't know. It is kind of wide open. I really want to see Pittsburgh just bounce back just a little bit, please, for once. I want to see Crosby back in the playoffs. The 1 year he wasn't there, it hurt.
Yeah, it didn't feel right.
No, it didn't feel right at all. So hopefully he comes back and they maybe steal a series off of someone. They're the Penguins. Get them in the playoffs. Never know. But that kind of recaps the rest of the league's a dumpster fire. The Senators are just possibly the worst team. Like, if we're gonna lose, you might as well just lose and join the Celebrini sweepstakes. But they got a ways to catch up to Chicago and San Jose. So I don't know. There's always a chance, though. We'll hold out hope that.
Yeah, you never know.
I'm not holding out hope. I'm like you, trying to find positives, but
it's hard.
No, it's not easy.
Oh, it's not at all.
But that wraps up the NHL standings. That takes us into our
hot topic of the week.
We got a fun one.
I wouldn't even say it's of the week. This kind of formulated in the past 2 hours, I'd say.
Oh yeah, no, this just happened. Dylan had what I considered a very hot take.
All right.
And not that it's crazy. And we got and not to discredit either of the players we're going to debate about because they are both easily 1-2.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But we're going to talk about the best player all time in women's hockey.
Would you care to say what's your stance, by the way?
I will be representing the greatest women's hockey player ever, Hayley Wickenheiser.
Yeah, and I'm on the Marie-Philippe Poulin train. Our argument is I came up with this take of mine, and I said Marie-Philippe Poulin will be considered the greatest women's hockey player come the end of her career.
Yeah, and I think that is just extremely disrespectful to the great Haley Wickenheiser. So, you want to kick us off with, we're going to treat this like a lawyer case. You got opening arguments for me or what?
Well, I don't want to use my kill shot too early, so we're going to leave that for the last little bit. But, so her Olympic stats, I'll just start soft. She played her first year as an 18-year-old through, 35 games played? I think so. No, it's less than that. Way less than that.
They do Olympic tours beforehand. I was reading about that. There's like a 23-game stretch before the Olympics.
Okay, sorry. I took her stats from just the Olympics she's played.
Okay.
So 2010, 14, 18, 22.
Oh, that'd be 35 games.
You think so?
Yeah, they play about 6, 7, 8 games a tournament.
Yeah.
Six,
be close.
7,
anyways.
8.
Don't try and do the math. Okay, so anyways, I can't say how many games she's played in the Olympics, but she has 17 goals, 18 assists for 35 points through 4 Olympic games. So,
do you want me to bounce back with my Olympic
I'd love
ones?
to hear hers, actually.
So, through 5 Olympic games, only one more, she's got 51 points.
That's a lot of points.
She's averaging 2 points a game at the Olympic Games.
That's pretty good.
She's played 26 games through the 5. Oh, yeah, so 35 was way too high. But she's played 26 games through 5 Olympic games. She's got 51 points, 2 tournament MVPs, 4 gold medals, 1 silver medal at Nagano.
Nagano? Oh, my God, she's ancient.
Hey, greatest of all time. She played for 23 years on the women's national team. She started playing at 15.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Like, come on, man. You got to...
Yeah, no, that is crazy. But before you say, oh, she has 51 points?
Yeah.
Marie-Philippe Poulin in her last Olympics had 17 points. So if she does that again, or gets better, as I could see her doing. She's only 32.
She's old.
She's only 32.
She's already past her prime.
She's only 32. So, just saying, by the way. Where did Haley Wickenheiser play college hockey?
This isn't a fair argument. She played at UFC.
Yeah, I think, that's right, Marie-Philippe. Oh, she played at Boston University.
Okay. Haley Wickenheiser played college hockey when she was old because she played a bunch of women's hockey, did a bunch of... Nah, don't give me that. She won CIS Player of the Year.
Nice.
Hey, get out of here. Did Marie-Philippe Poulin, did she win College Player of the Year in the States?
Probably.
I don't know. I'm going out on a limb here. I gotta hold on for dear life. I got some other stats that I'll come up with.
Anyways, that besides the point. 181 points in 111 career games played for the Boston University. What are they, the Terriers?
Oh, you want me to look at her college stats?
Are they the Terriers? Right?
Yeah, because BC is the Eagles.
Yeah, Terriers. Yeah. Nice. I nailed it. Anyways.
Yeah, fine. You know what? I'll give you the edge on that one. I'll give you the edge in the college.
And you did talk about gold medals.
And wait, I want to say why Haley Wickenheiser stayed in Calgary, because that's where her family was. She has children.
How old was she when she played college hockey?
I don't know. It was 2011 to 13, so...
Oh my God! That was when Marie-Philippe Poulin played. Dude, get out of here! Are you kidding?
Well, yeah. She had to go she went and picked up a Kenis degree in 3 years.
6, so she played against what? These 20-year-olds as a 30-year-old? Are you kidding me? She was a true freshman at BU.
Get out of here. She was playing on the international stage at 15 years old, averaging more than a point per game.
That's great. But I don't think women's hockey was as good back then
Fine.
as it is.
Fine.
We're
talking about gold medals. What do you want to say about your gold medals? I don't think she's going to get there.
You don't think she gets 4?
Nope.
She's at 3 right now.
Yep.
I bet you she plays 2 more Olympics.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
When's the Olympics? Is this year?
26.
26. So she'll be 34.
She was 30 years old when she won in 2022.
34,
so she'll be 40.
38. Yeah, I can see her playing. I don't think they win. I think the States are too strong.
The States are going to be wagon.
States are a wagon.
That's neither here nor there. 3 Olympic golds, 3 World Championship golds.
Oh, she's got like 8.
World Championship golds?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, she had a lot of silver medals at the World Champs. I don't know how. Yeah, so they must have won a lot in the 2000s.
Yeah, early 2000s they won
Better
quite
team,
a fair bit.
See? Better team.
No.
Better team.
No, because Haley Wickenheiser was there just being a dog. Yep.
Do you want to know what her nickname is? This is my second kill shot.
What was your first kill shot?
This is the coolest thing ever. And that's enough to win this entire argument. Her nickname is Captain Clutch. Just a purebred winner.
Yeah. No, that's big. That's big.
All right. We should probably wrap this up because we can go on for days.
Yep. Oh, I got
Go ahead.
a couple more things just to pump Haley Wickenheiser's tire.
Yeah, no.
Has Mary Fleet Plan ever been the flag bearer at the Olympics?
Do you really want me to rebuttal?
I'm nervous. I don't know if she has or not. I don't remember.
She didn't. But has Haley Wickenheiser ever won the Northern Star Award?
What is that?
The best Canadian athlete, male or female, along with
That was your killer?
Wayne Gretzky,
That was your killer.
Sidney
You don't
Crosby,
gotta name the players. I know who they are.
Penny Alexiak.
I can't believe you saved that till we were gonna almost just wrap it up. That's brutal. I think that's a valiant kill shot. That's
no disrespect to Haley Wickenheiser. She has her own tournament. That's pretty cool.
home tournament. She's a practicing doctor.
Yeah,
She's assistant GM with the Leafs.
Nothing against Haley Wickenheiser. I just think Marie-Philippe Poulin is
when it comes to hockey,
she's awesome.
Yeah, and when it comes to hockey, I think I lost this one. I'll
I
soak that. I seem to
best.
lose a lot on this podcast. I got to work on my hockey knowledge a little bit.
Just wait till we get to the career path.
Oh boy, it's coming. But anyways, that pretty much wraps up our hot take of the week.
And that's going to move us in to our fourth interview with good old Charlie Ellick. Just not freshly back, but pretty recently went to the Top Prospects game. It was in Moncton.
Yep.
So we're going to chat him up. And then, we're going to kick it over to ourselves with the career path game after we talk to Charlie. Well, we apologize. Unfortunately, our regularly scheduled interview, we had some time conflict. So we're going to run that next week. Go ahead.
We decided to bring in next week's guest this week. Luckily, he had the time.
Little flip-flop.
Yep, they flip-flopped, and lucky that he had the time to do it. He had a meeting pushed back and was able to squeeze us in. And we'd like to give a big thanks to Keith McInnis, who is our next guest.
Oh, man. Super clutch. It was a good interview. Super, super quick. We got our prompts ready, and he was a good sport and really, really helped us out. So we want to thank him a lot because we were in a bit of a scramble. But yes, next up, we're going to hand it over to ourselves talking with Keith McInnis.
Okay, our next guest was a Bantam AAA Rookie of the Year with the Red Deer Rebels. He's got 5 points through 6 games this far with Brooks this year. He's a University of North Dakota commit, defenseman from Sylvan Lake, Alberta, Keith McInnis. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you guys?
Oh, doing not bad. We're managing.
Yeah, getting through for sure.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
We'll hop right into it. So you are freshly 18. Did you guys get up to anything celebrating?
No, not yet. No, it's been pretty busy and chaotic down here in Brooks, so haven't quite had a lot of time to go out or do anything with the guys. So just kind of staying safe and making sure we're ready to play right now. So
we'll get to the Brooks stuff later, but like Luke mentioned in the intro, you're a Bantam AAA Rookie of the Year with the Rebels. Just kind of touch on that.
Yeah, that's quite a while ago now, but I think that was kind of my first big year where I was able to have some success, and I give a lot of credit to my teammates. We were pretty good that year. We had a chance of winning it all, but then COVID took us out there by the end. But I don't think that was as much myself as it was my teammates. I think they helped me tremendously. But yeah, I think that was really my first big year taking a step in the right direction.
That's fairly humble, I'd say. From the hockey I watched, it was pretty impressive. But after that first year, you kind of went in and you decided to go to Yale and switch over to the academies. I know that was a while back too, but if you want to run us through kind of what that decision process is like.
Yeah, I think, we went to the big John Reed tournament in our first year with the Rebels, and we played the Yale team. And they had guys like Zach Benson and Tanner Molendijk on their team just dancing around us. You watch the way they played the game. That was kind of the way I wanted to play, puck moving, skilled. Um, so it was quite appealing when they had called. And so, you kind of weigh the pros and cons, and the way things were looking at the time, I think it was just the right move for myself, being able to be in the gym 5 days a week, practicing 5 days a week. I think that was huge for me, and it worked out in the end because that was the COVID season. And so, we were still, while all the COVID stuff was happening, we were still able to practice and work out 5 days a week. So, we were very fortunate to be in that situation and have the facilities there. We were done school by 2:30. Weren't rushing from school to the rink to work out and skate. So yeah, I think it was just the best scenario for myself, and it worked out in the end. So
Yeah, so you touched on the John Reed tournament. Obviously, that's a pretty big tournament in Bantam. Another big tournament, the WHL Cup. Obviously, it's an honor to represent your province. Just kind of tell us what that was like.
yeah, it was. I wasn't sure if I was going to make the team. I had sprained my wrist at the time through the tryouts, so I was pretty fortunate enough just to make it. And then just being able to be there, and you play against a lot of the guys that you end up being teammates with there. So just to kind of meet everyone, reunite with some of the guys you played with spring hockey or whatnot formerly. It was awesome. Being able to represent Alberta, it was kind of the first time you're able to represent anything. So it was awesome. We had a pretty good team. We weren't able to beat BC in the end, but especially for it to be in at Red Deer, that was pretty special for Caleb and I, being teammates growing up, and then being able to hop back on that team together, and try and go all the way. So it was quite surreal.
Yeah, you and Caleb sure had quite the crowds there. We were there. We watched all the games, and
Yeah.
you had a pretty good tournament, I'd say. But so after the WHL Cup, a lot of those guys went on to go play in the WHL, but you decided to go the college route, and that's a big decision to make. And you kind of want to walk us through what influenced you to making that decision?
Yeah, I think looking at me as a player, I think I felt like I needed more time. With the Bantam draft being pushed back due to COVID and everything, I broke my collarbone. I'd sprained my knee that year, and I had a couple injuries that, pushed me back, and I wasn't able to play as many games and develop like everyone else at that rate and at that time. And my dad, he ran a senior hockey team full of, ex NCAA and ex WHL players, and him and I would always kind of discuss, what are these guys doing that, have an education and have a degree. They were able to go to school, play at amazing facilities, and get an education all at the same time, paid for. So it was kind of just all the pros and cons weighing back and forth. My best friends, 2 out of the 4 of us went to the dub, and the 2 of us are now playing junior A. So it was kind of, weighing the pros and cons. Ultimately, in the end, talking with my advisor, we knew there was interest from the NCAA and from a couple top teams. So, it was quite intriguing. When you hear that, you don't know, you're young, and you have different options. So I think in the end, I think our goal was ultimately just keep both doors open, not sign. Being able to go either way was kind of the best route for me.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. And then the team you mentioned that your dad manages, that's the Bentley Generals. We've talked about it a fair bit on the podcast because we love our senior whale shit hockey. But anyways, so you committed to North Dakota, which is one of the coolest schools ever. Like when you look at all the hockey colleges and you think there's like Boston College and some other big ones, but North Dakota is always right there. They've got one of the sickest rooms ever. What was it like going down there and kind of seeing their facilities and just the whole signing process?
Yeah,
Or not
I
signing, just
think
trading.
for sure. It was, it's jaw dropping. It really is. You walk into the Ralph, as they call it, and it's a sight to behold. I was fortunate enough to go down there a couple times before and after their gym renovation. And it just, both times your jaw dropped, you're starstruck. And it's, it's one of those things that their tradition and culture there is next to none. And so, being able to have those facilities and have the option to go there was, how do you turn that down? And so I know like every team has amazing facilities, but ultimately at the end, the coaching staff and then those facilities on top of that, it's a place where I can go and I have the best chance to develop, in my opinion. So I think, it was quite hard to turn that down. And ultimately I didn't. So it was pretty surreal.
You touched on it a little bit before, but the injuries, obviously you kind of went through that your entire career starting like Bantam. Just how have you kind of dealt with that through your entire hockey career, and what have you done to kind of get yourself back into game ready shape all the time?
Yeah, I think it's been a tough go here the past couple of years, but I think just keeping a positive mindset. I know it's kind of cliche, but at the end of the day, it's really what you need. And I just have to keep thinking. I'm young, I have time. It's my own path. Can't compare it to other guys. So just kind of taking one day at a time, trying to get 1% better any way I can. But yeah, just kind of trying to keep a positive mindset. Really watch your nutrition and what you eat, and try and just take care of your body as best as you can. That's kind of the way I have to go at it every single day, to try and stay off the trainer's bed and stay out of that room as much as I can. So it's it's been tough, but we're trying to get over the hill now, and we're on up and upwards.
Yeah, trying to avoid that room at all times. That's a good thing to do. But
That's
so
right.
you coming back from Waterloo, you played there for a bit, but then you come back to Brooks right in the middle of this situation that's been going on. You want to kind of run us through what that's been like? And you got off to a hot start with Brooks, and you look like you've been just rolling. So kind of run us through that.
Yeah, I think being in Waterloo, it was a difficult situation for me. It's a great league, a ton of good players, and coming back from injury, it just wasn't the right situation to fit for me at the time. And I think it was only fair to myself and them that I leave and pursue a place, an opportunity where maybe I can get more ice time and be open to more opportunity, just on the ice. And coming to Brooks, it's just been great. I think we have a really good team. Everyone's a good player. I learn so much every day. There's never a time, whether it's video in on the ice, just going up to the coaches whenever. I'm always learning something every day, and so it's been a blast. And in the midst of this fiasco of the Alberta Junior League or the BCHL, it's credit to our head coach and GM Ryan Papuano. He's done a great job of keeping us sane, and been practicing every day, and we've been lucky to keep playing last weekend. So yeah, it's been great. I can't complain at all. I'm just super fortunate to be here.
Now, like you said, in the midst of this fiasco with the AJ and the VC, I'll lighten this up a little bit. So you've been through a lot of locker rooms. You've kind of been everywhere. Is there like a funniest teammate you've been around, or anybody you could think of?
Geez, I got to think about this one for a sec. I think I look back. I played with a guy named David Klee. He's committed to North Dakota as well, and he was just one of those guys. No matter what came out of his mouth, it was going to make everyone in that room laugh. So yeah, I'd probably say he's the funniest guy, but I'm sure I'm missing a couple others. But yeah, I'd say he was one of the funniest for sure.
And staying on kind of the lighter, funnier topic is, you've been in a lot of different leagues now, and is there kind of who are the best chirpers, or what's kind of the best chirp you've heard from other guys?
Geez, I don't know if I don't know if I have the best chirp, but a guy on my team now, Quinn McCall, he's always got something to say, and whatever it is, you're just like, oh my gosh, that was like I couldn't imagine being the guy he's chirping, because I'd be pretty. He'd be in my head right away. I'd say that. So it's quite funny to listen to him chirp on the bench, but I'd probably have to say Quinn McCall.
Yeah, and that pretty much wraps up all our questions, Cubby. Thanks for hopping on, man. It's been a pleasure, and glad we could get you in.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
That was Keith McInnis.
He's a great interview.
Oh,
yeah,
man, he is fantastic.
Gave us some good answers. Gave us some insight on what it's like taking that college route instead of going the WHL route like a lot of our other guests have. And
the previous boys have played in the dub, and we got some different insight. And he's very, very professional, very humble young man.
Extremely. He's talking about he's not ready for.
No, that kid was ready.
Yeah, he could play hockey. But
yeah, he's a hockey player for sure. But no, we really appreciate him on short notice, and he was very good, and we'd love to have him on again because it was awesome.
Yep. And then before we hop into our regular scheduled content, I realized last week my dad texted me, but I was saying Clipper when we were talking about Berkeley Catton and TJ Gimmel's line. I 100% meant Tarek Parasak because he is one heck of a hockey player.
He's pretty good.
I just got my Lethbridge boys mixed up.
That's okay.
It happens.
Hey, you soaked the loss. That's fine.
I soaked it.
That's all good. As long as you come forward, you took it off the chin.
Yep. Yeah, credit to Tarek Parasak.
So we apologize to him.
Sorry. He's having a heck of a season.
Yeah, damn good season. So
yeah. And then we'll
get that off the chest.
Yeah, get that off the chest after we just got back from intramurals.
Yeah, we sure did.
Oh, we got back from it. We gonna need a beer after this one, I think, because boy, oh boy, did we get curb stomped today.
Yeah. So if you ever think about signing up for intramurals, you get to university and you're like, I'd like to play some hockey because my hockey career's over.
Yeah, lace the boots up, go for a quick skate.
Go for a quick
little light exercise.
Nothing crazy. Get ready to see some these kids that have totally peaked in their hockey career and think that they're like playing like AAA hockey still, because they're no fun to play against. Maybe I just don't try hard enough, but I can't tell you.
I don't know. They had some guys that previously played Junior A, and we are not Junior A caliber players, which leads me to my next statement.
Yeah.
I fully rescind the hot topic of the week next week. I lost. Was that last week? Last week, and I'm putting up 0 in the WHL. You give me 4 months to train, and I might get worse. There's a good chance that I go into that league and I put up -300, and we give up the most shorties in the league because
you're running the
I'm running the power play, and I'm gonna give up a lot. Yeah, so I'm gonna take that back and or not take it back, admit my failure, and
that's okay. Maybe you could have a chance. You never
know. Nope. After skating against some guys who peaked in midget and getting curb stomped, we're not gonna argue that anymore. I'll just soak that one.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to hear you say it.
Ah, damn. That's all right. I'll soak it, is what it is. But now,
the moment you've all been waiting for.
Here it is. 0-2 going into this week.
We've got the career path game. I'm up 2-0 right now. I'm giving you a layup, or what I think is a layup. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, if I lose this one, I may not live it down. This might be the last segment that you ever see from this.
We might have to.
Have to shut her down if I get beat this bad. But I'm gonna bounce back.
Yeah. Do you have a coin?
I was gonna spin the pen, old T style.
All right, T style. Go ahead.
Okay. No way you got it again.
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first. I feel bad, so I'll go first.
Okay. So I get to give you my boys.
Yeah, I'll get my timer up. Whenever you're ready.
Okay. Here it is.
Mm-hmm.
Started with the Atlanta Thrashers in 2008.
Oh, God.
Moved with them to Winnipeg, then to Buffalo, then to Tampa Bay, then Toronto, then Tampa Bay, and then Minnesota.
You're gonna hate me.
No
You're
way!
gonna hate me.
Do it. End my misery.
Are his initials ZB?
Nope.
It's not Zach Bogosian by chance.
I just wanted an Atlanta Thrashers player, man. There's no way you're that. Every time we play this off camera, Dylan takes maybe 20 minutes to get one of these.
I'm so sorry.
You may be the greatest clutch time performer when it comes to hockey knowledge that I've ever seen.
I'm sorry. That's too funny.
So now what? Do we go time, or do I still get a chance as long as I can get it for the 3 points?
If you can get it for the 3 points, we go into a tiebreak.
Okay, let me pull out. Actually, you got a timer right here. We'll just use
Are you ready?
Oh my god, let me focus. Let me get some water. This is just.
This young man
Yeah, go ahead.
started in Ottawa, went to New York, and that's it.
Just straight up.
He played in Ottawa from 2011, 2012 to 2015, 2016, then went to the Rangers 2016, 2017, and he's been there ever since.
And he's still playing with them.
Still with him.
Go ahead.
Nothing, hey?
No
Just
way.
nothing.
Am I going to lose this again? This is so devastating.
There's no way, dude.
Dude, Ottawa, New York. Who was on Ottawa? I don't know any team from Ottawa before 2017.
He's on the Rangers.
I know he's on the
right now.
Rangers right now.
And he's pretty good.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, like, pretty good.
Just
I'll give you, like, the next
It's not
set.
Mika didn't play for Ottawa, did he? Is it him?
It's Mika Zibanejad.
Oh my god, I had no idea he was in
drafted
Ottawa.
6th overall to the Sens.
Nah, you don't give me that. We're going to a tiebreaker.
I know we are. I know. I'm good. We're good.
Okay,
Okay, let's pull up some guys.
we're gonna
here.
pull up
Let's
some players.
guys.
Okay.
That was. I should have lost that one, to be honest.
That was so heartbreaking.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Let me see.
I'm
No,
sorry, dude.
guy doesn't meet the requirements.
No.
No, that's upsetting.
You know what? We should probably start bringing backups to this game. But I just always think I'm gonna win it. So
I got one.
Oh wow.
Oh
That was
yeah.
quick.
If you get this one,
What the heck? Why is my...
if you get this one, I'll retire.
Really?
If you get this one on the first try,
Okay.
I'll retire.
All right.
If you get it after, that's fine. But if you get this one, he barely meets our requirements. He's
Okay, I got one.
okay. Now I don't feel as bad if I lose. I got the layup. That's all I care about.
Why won't this load?
That's all right.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm going with you
play
first.
Yeah.
Nashville Predators, 09 to 11.
Oh God.
The Leafs, from 11 to 15.
Okay.
Then back to the Predators. Then 2 seasons with the Buffalo Sabres. And then ended his career with the Chicago Blackhawks in 2018.
There's no Jets in there, right?
Nope. Only played for 10 years, 9 years.
Can you repeat those again, sir?
Absolutely.
I hate you.
Nashville Predators, 9 to 11.
Mm-hmm.
Leafs, 11 to 15. Then traded to the Preds. Then 2 seasons with the Sabres. And then finished his career with the Chicago Blackhawks.
In 2019.
2017-18.
Oh my God. Damn it. In 2017?
2017-18 was his last season. He split the season between Chicago and Rockford.
Oh, you're the worst.
Yep. Then played 2 seasons in the K. Oh, sorry, I'll give you the rest. Played 2 seasons in the K.
He's Russian. Oh no.
Then
he went and played after he was done.
Yeah, after he was done, he's in the K. And then came back to play in the AHL. Again for Rockford and Hershey in 21-22.
Oh, I gotta be honest. I'm stumped.
He's old.
Apparently.
Yep. Would you like to move?
Yeah, kinda.
Okay. Drafted by the Preds. 79th overall in 2005. Do I give you his junior ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One you do.
Yeah. Played for the Vancouver Giants for 3 seasons. Played games in 5 seasons, but he's only on the team for 3 seasons, really. Put up decent numbers. Then played with the Milwaukee Admirals for 3 seasons before he made the jump. 2 full seasons before he made the jump. He has 43 goals and 212 points in 550 games.
Oh my god. Wow. I think you got me here because I have literally no idea.
I know him from his time with the Predators, is where I would remember his name the most.
He was Preds to Leafs?
Yeah. Preds to Leafs, back to Preds for a bit.
No, because Mike Ribeiro?
No.
Okay, was he the Stars?
Yeah.
I was gonna say like, what's his face? The dude that's dating Mike Fisher.
Yeah, no.
Not Mike Fisher.
No. I don't know.
I have no idea. Take me down to the 1 point. I need
Which one was the 1 point you want?
anything.
Nationality awards. He was on the World Junior team in 2007 for Team Canada. He's a Canadian, obviously. Spent a little bit of time with the Trail Smoke Eaters. They're not a outstanding, like, there's literally nothing else on here other than the fact that
He was on the 2007 World Junior.
I think he's 6'5" and 230 pounds, if that helps.
Yeah, wow.
He's a right shot defenseman
from
Sycamoose, BC. He has the same same birthday as my dad. He's got the same dad as my birthday.
I was gonna say Tyler Myers, but it's not him. Nope. I give up. I have no idea.
Are you surrendering?
Yeah.
Shout out Cody Franson for having the same birthday as my dad.
You're the worst. You really. I feel like I gave you another layup because I thought we were gonna maybe try and make this one go quicker, but whatever.
No way. I'm going for a win, man. That's all I got.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
This young man started his career in Tampa in 2014-2015. Played there for 3 seasons. Then he went to the Canadiens in 2017-2018. Then, just recently, he went to the Colorado Avalanche and is now playing there.
This is a defenseman. Nope. Colorado, Montreal, Colorado.
Putting on your thinking cap, young man.
Let me focus on players. Shout out Shane Gillis. Anyways. Oh, lordy lord. Nope. He was in the Sergachev trade. He went the other way.
Sure. I don't know. Sergachev? No. Oh, maybe.
He went the other way.
You might be right.
And I have no idea who that is. And this is a layup, too.
Yeah.
Yep. Currently on Colorado?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't Newhook go the other way? He went Colorado to Montreal? Is that Alex Newhook?
No.
Oh. You're a terrible human being. Who else
you
is
can
there?
you could go through everything still and win.
Yeah. Lekkonen?
No.
Oh. Did he go the other way too?
I don't know, dude.
Sorry, I'm just curious. Oh, I didn't start my timer.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's go to the next step then.
He was a 3rd overall pick.
Oh.
In the 2013 NHL entry draft. He played 3 seasons from 2011-2012 to 2013-2014 with the Halifax Mooseheads. No, it is not Nathan McKinnon.
Darn it! It's Jonathan Drouin.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Thanks, man. I appreciate the layups.
You're the worst.
No, I'll take my win.
You
didn't like Cody
Franson versus Jonathan Drouin. Sure. All right.
Hey,
good win.
I'm going to collect my win.
Good win. So chalk it up on the board. Well done, pal.
Absolutely.
Proud of you.
I'm so excited.
Proud of you.
Next week's going to be a nightmare for me when you come at me with the worst players ever.
Yeah. I'm throwing you an absolute curveball next week. But it's going to wrap up our little game that I thought I was good at, but apparently I'm not. So
I won't blame you for not getting Cody Franson.
That was a wild card. That was
Thank
crazy.
you.
That was wild.
But let's move into just some more news. We're going to cover a little bit more news here before we kind of wrap it up. And first, we're going to talk about, hand it over to you with the World Junior team situation that's kind of going on.
Yep. Unfortunately, it is NHL news, and as bad as it is, we're going to talk about it because it's it has to be talked about.
Yep. It's a storyline, and
So this past week, we've kind of got some new developments with the whole World Junior sexual assault allegations. Currently, the London Police Department and the law system They are facing charges for sexual assault. All 5 of the players will plead not guilty. And Michael McLeod is also facing an additional charge of sexual assault for being a party to the offense. So basically, the whole story. It sounded like he met a girl at the bar, and then she was like, they were just supposed to go by themselves, and then he invited the rest of that group to. Anyways,
We won't get
too involved into it, but so the players were arrested on January 26th, and their appearance date in court is supposed to be February 5th, so that'll be next week, Monday, I believe. So we'll have a little bit more on that next week, but yeah.
And that's just kind of to bring him in, right? If this goes to trial, it's not till 2026, I don't think.
Yeah, trial's definitely a ways away, but yeah. So those will be, that's what we kind of got on it now so far, and yeah, it's definitely a sensitive topic, but it's one you kind of have to touch on because it's pretty important.
It's news. It's happening. We'll cover it. But we'll move away from that now that we kind of got that update out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And into the drama of the AJ and the BCHL.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
It's been wild. Cubby talked about it a little bit, kind of what that situation's like. Or Keith, I guess. I kept calling him Cubby, but
it's all good.
Big nickname that he has.
Yeah, there you go.
Anyway, BC kind of released, or we got this, where they now have it up on their website. They fully adopted the 5 teams.
Yeah.
They've made a schedule for those 5 teams to play against each other for the rest of the year. They got schedules all the way scheduled up until February 28th, if I can see this correctly. So we will get a chance to go watch Cubby, hopefully when he's in Okotoks.
Yep.
And then the BC also had some frequently asked questions that were answered that we'll kind of just go through really quickly. And some people were wondering why they didn't wait till the end of the season. And they just basically said that they wanted to be as transparent as possible, and that they thought with the 5 teams in good standing that they would stay and be able to finish the season, which I think is kind of a lapse on their part because there's no way that the AJ is just going to kind of sit by and let that happen.
Yeah,
but
unfortunately.
And then a lot of people were asking were the Alberta teams caught off guard by the repercussions. And they weren't overly surprised by a negative reaction, but that's kind of the same thing. They didn't expect to fully get kind of booted from the league. And then a couple other points that I didn't think about is the BCHL as a league, or as a rule right now, of 5 players from BC minimum.
Oh.
Which they're not sure how that's going to affect it. And they said that they're going to keep trying to collect that top talent from the BC league still, that want to go college route. So they're still going to try and do that, but they also... I think they're going to make up new rules. That's kind of what it sounded like. They're going to make new rules for the Alberta team. So I'm wondering if that's going to have to do with a certain amount of Alberta players. I don't see them forcing BC players onto them.
No.
Because I don't see them forcing BC players to move out to Alberta necessarily unless they really want to.
Yeah, so that'd be a real tough sell.
Yeah, because if I could play in Penticton, I'd rather play there than some of the teams in Alberta.
Yep. No, thank you.
Yep, and then other than that, nothing too crazy. A lot of things being announced ahead of the 24-25 season, but the important thing is those boys get to play, and the players won't be affected too much. They're still playing fairly meaningful games, and I mean it was four out of the top 5 teams in the AJ, so those are going to be good games every game. Hopefully, as long as they can find a reason to play, and they should because they're now in the BCHL going into next year. So that kind of wraps up the news that we got with the BCHL AJ drama. Don't know how the AJ is going to respond to this. I think it's probably going to be fairly wrapped up, and we'll talk a little bit later on another pod where about the ramifications of possible Hockey Canada interaction and maybe letting dub guys go NCAA. A lot of stuff to talk about there, but we'll leave that for another day. And then our last piece of news, the Youth Olympic Games.
Canada stinks.
Yep. We need goaltenders.
Oh,
I'm not going to go out here and rip some 2008 born players.
No, because
they are
scaled.
Matisse Preston and the Rock Boys are just unbelievable. Some of the old guys had great tourneys, but Canada needs to produce a goaltender if we're going to compete at the world level for the next 10 years.
What was it shots wise again? It was like
in the semifinal, it was 50-15, I think, Canada over Finland, and they lost 5-4 in a shootout. Or 6-5 in a shootout.
Now, I'm not going to sit here again, rip some
young
15-year-old goalie.
Yep.
I mean, it's not. I'm not here to be mean, but it's just like some point there has to be a save made.
Yeah. And we haven't turned out, even looking to the NHL, we don't have our guy. Fleury's old.
Fleury's old.
That's about it.
Yeah, I was gonna make another joke, but I can't.
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah. And Carter Hart being.
Nah, you did it.
I'm not joking about it. That's
brought
just.
him up.
Well, he was supposed to be the next
He was
guy,
our
and
surefire
he
thing.
now is out of the picture with Hockey Canada, probably forever.
Yeah, we literally do not have a goaltender.
Yeah, we're out of
So,
goalies because I
do
don't.
not tell me Stuart Skinner is serviceable at international play because I will not listen.
That American team will light him up.
Yep, too good. Sorry, Oilers fans. Not sorry.
Yeah.
He's not good.
Yeah, again, just dissing our Oilers fans out there, but
Sorry.
that's what you're gonna get when you listen to us, and
Mhm.
we're not gonna apologize for that.
I am unapologetic towards the Oilers.
Yeah, but Youth Olympic Games, guys had great individual performances, but they couldn't get it done. Didn't medal.
Didn't medal.
No, but we'll see. A lot of those guys are gonna have the Ruck Boys and Medhat are gonna be a part of a wagon for the next couple of years.
Mhm.
So
Did we touch on the Americans? Did they win it?
I think they did. Oh yeah, they did. I saw the posts
Should we talk about that?
about how good they are. I think if we're gonna go fully into international play,
Yeah, that could get long.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, in the last 3 international competitions, the United States has collected 3 gold medals. We'll touch on that another day because they're really good.
Yeah.
And that could take a while.
and we divulge into rosters, and that could
Yeah.
be a nightmare for our time. So
So that's for another day for sure.
no, but that pretty much wraps up here.
Yeah, that's gonna be it for another fantastic episode, if you will.
Yep.
The interview was great. Short notice again. It was awesome to
Yeah.
get him on. We were excited to get him on next week, but Christmas came early.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, he was fantastic. We really enjoyed Keith. He brought some really good insight to how he battled injuries, and he's kind of been through it all, whether
Yeah.
it be going to the States and playing in the USHL, coming back, playing in the AJ, going through all this fiasco. So tough kid, and he was a very good interview. So we can't thank him enough for hopping on for those 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, absolutely. Came through in the clutch.
Yeah, so that's going to wrap this week's episode up. It was a pleasure. We're still working on the Apple stuff. Yeah, they're hard to get to, those guys.
Yep.
Those suckers. But Spotify and YouTube should be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, thank you for listening and or watching. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you guys next week.